Did you know that the United States now imposes a 10% tariff on goods imported from Britain? That's right, 10%. This move has sent shockwaves through the global trade community, raising questions and concerns about the future of international commerce. Meanwhile, British tariffs on American goods have plummeted to a measly 1.8%. This stark contrast has left many wondering about the motivations behind such a significant policy shift and its potential long-term impacts on both economies. This stark disparity highlights the dramatic shift in global trade dynamics under the Trump administration. The president has often touted his America First policy, aiming to protect American jobs and industries, but at what cost to international relations and economic stability? This seemingly small change in tariffs is part of a much larger and more complex story. It's a narrative that intertwines economic nationalism, political brinkmanship, and the high-stakes game of global trade. The implications of these tariffs extend far beyond the immediate financial impact, influencing diplomatic ties and global market trends. It's a story about economic nationalism, political brinkmanship, and the high-stakes game of global trade. The Trump administration's approach to tariffs has been both praised and criticized, with supporters arguing that it levels the playing field for American businesses, while detractors warn of potential trade wars and economic isolation. The ripple effects of these tariffs are being felt across various sectors, from agriculture to manufacturing. American farmers, for instance, have expressed concerns over losing key export markets, while manufacturers worry about increased costs for imported materials. On the other side of the Atlantic, British exporters are grappling with the new financial burdens imposed by the higher tariffs. The broader question remains: what does this mean for the future of global trade? Will other countries follow suit, leading to a domino effect of protectionist policies? Or will there be a push towards renegotiating trade agreements to find a more balanced approach? As the world watches these developments unfold, one thing is clear: the landscape of international trade is changing rapidly. Businesses, policymakers, and consumers alike must navigate this new terrain with caution and foresight. In the coming months and years, the true impact of these tariffs will become more apparent. Will they achieve the intended goals of boosting domestic industries and reducing trade deficits? Or will they lead to unintended consequences that could disrupt the global economy? Only time will tell. For now, the world watches with bated breath as the United States and Britain navigate this new chapter in their trade relationship. The stakes are high and the outcomes are uncertain, but one thing is for sure: the era of predictable trade policies is over. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the ramifications of these tariffs and what they mean for the future of global trade. The story is far from over, and the next few years will be crucial in shaping the new world order of international commerce. Donald Trump built his career on deal-making, and his approach to international trade is no different. His signature America First policy, underpinned by a wave of tariffs, has sent shockwaves through the global economy. Trump argues that these tariffs are necessary to protect American jobs and industries from unfair foreign competition. He claims that other countries have been taking advantage of the United States for too long. His strategy is confrontational, using tariffs as leverage to renegotiate trade deals and reduce the trade deficit. But is this aggressive approach really working? Economists warn that higher tariffs come at a cost. These costs are often borne by the very people Trump claims to be protecting: American consumers and businesses. Tariffs are essentially taxes on imported goods. This means that businesses that rely on imported materials face higher costs, which are often passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. This can lead to inflation, reduced consumer spending, and ultimately, slower economic growth. The Trump administration often points to economic data to justify its trade policies. They highlight the low unemployment rate and steady economic growth as evidence that their approach is working. However, critics argue that these positive indicators are the result of previous economic policies and that the long-term impact of tariffs has yet to be fully felt. The International Monetary Fund, for instance, has warned that escalating trade tensions could trigger a global recession. The trade deficit remains a contentious issue, with some experts suggesting that tariffs could exacerbate the problem rather than solve it. Small businesses and farmers have voiced concerns about the rising costs of imported goods and the retaliatory tariffs imposed by other countries. On the global stage, trade tensions have led to strained relationships between the US and its trading partners, impacting international trade volumes. Consumers are also feeling the pinch, with higher prices on everyday goods and uncertainty about the future of the economy. Economic analysts continue to debate the long-term effects of the tariffs, with opinions divided on whether they will ultimately benefit or harm the US economy. Historically, trade policies have always been a balancing act, with each administration trying to find the right approach to benefit the nation. As the debate continues, the true impact of the Trump administration's tariffs will likely be felt for years to come, shaping the future of American trade and the global economy. Section 5. Playing politics with the global economy. Trump's trade policies are not just about economics. They're also deeply intertwined with his political agenda. His tough stance on trade plays well with his base, who feel left behind by globalization. He has also used tariffs as a bargaining chip in broader geopolitical disputes, such as the ongoing trade war with China. This politicization of trade has made it difficult to find common ground and reach lasting agreements. Section 6. A landmark deal, with a catch. In a surprising turn of events, Trump recently announced a new trade deal with Britain. This is the first major trade agreement since he embarked on his tariff campaign. The deal includes a 10% baseline tariff on British imports to the United States, while British tariffs on American goods will drop to a mere 1.8%. While this deal is being touted as a win for American businesses and workers, some experts question whether it truly represents a shift away from Trump's protectionist tendencies. Section 7. The ripple effect. Consumers and businesses. Brace for impact. The impacts of Trump's trade policies are already being felt by consumers and businesses across the United States. From higher prices on everyday goods to uncertainty in the agricultural sector, the consequences are far-reaching. Companies like Adidas and Mattel have announced price hikes for American consumers, citing increased costs due to tariffs. Meanwhile, American farmers who rely heavily on export markets are facing retaliatory tariffs from China and other countries. This has led to a surplus of crops and falling prices, putting a strain on many farmers' livelihoods. Section 8. The uncertain future of global trade. The global trading system, built on decades of cooperation and negotiation, is facing its greatest challenge in a generation. Trump's unpredictable and often unilateral actions have created a climate of uncertainty and distrust. The future of global trade hangs in the balance. Will other countries retaliate with their own tariffs, leading to a full-blown trade war? Or can a new consensus emerge, one that balances the interests of developed and developing countries alike? Section 9. Now it's your turn. Speak up. Trump's trade policies are a complex and evolving issue with significant implications for all of us. It's crucial that we engage in informed debate and hold our leaders accountable. What do you think about Trump's trade policies? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let your voice be heard. Together, we can shape the future of global trade.